You will find quite a few definitions for cloud computing on the web. I have tried to frame here a rather simplistic one. If you want to look up more formal definitions, you could go at NIST or one of these organizations that formalize standards. But broadly speaking, it's an on-demand availability of scalable compute resources and services delivered over the internet on a pay-as-you-go basis. That's a mouthful. Let's try and sort of just focus on the two or three elements of this definition, right? I'm trying to dissect this definition a little bit. I want to talk about what we mean by compute resources and services. I want to talk about what do we mean by on demand here, and why is pay as you go as a model, why is that important as well? So these are some areas we'll kind of double click on next. But as you can, at a very high level, as you can imagine, compute resources means things like CPU capacity, right? Computational power, storage, networking capacity. On demand means that you can have it, you can request for it, and you can have it almost instantaneously when you require it. It's almost akin to this idea of you calling an Uber today, right? You need to go from point A to point B. You need not own a car, you need not invest in a car, you need not have to worry about maintaining the car or paying for its insurance. But when you want an experience of a car, in a matter of potentially minutes, it's available for you on demand, right? So the time difference between a need emerging and the ability to satisfy that need is kind of shortened here, without you also having to have a long-term commitment. Right? And again, just like in the Uber model, you only pay for the ride, right? You're not paying in at least a direct way for the vehicle or for the insurance or for the driver. You're paying for what the ride cost you. So that same paradigm being applied to compute resources is the tenet of cloud computing in some ways. What's been more interesting to me is how did we land here, right? What were the needs that kind of led us to this idea in the first place? And as you will see later, this is not a new idea at all. This has been a concept that's been envisioned for a long time. The technology has taken some time to mature enough that in the last 5 years, say about the last decade or so, this has become kind of practicable for us to use.